questions, of course, have to be questions. No political speeches geared toward the candidates. No rude comments toward the candidates would be much appreciated. And candidates, I kind of worry about them sometimes. But, Scott, I'm talking about you. No interrupting each other, of course, when we're speaking. Make sure we respect each other's time. Again, this is for students and members of the community to get more insight on their opinions and what's going on. Again, no applause or boos also when the candidates are speaking. That just takes time out of their answers and interrupts the schedule. Lastly, thank you again for coming. There is College Republican and Independent merch in the back corner if anybody is interested in supporting our group. Tonight's schedule, we will do brief introductions with all the candidates. We're going to talk about Referred Law 21, kind of getting the facts straight and getting their opinions on it. We're going to talk about IM 28, again, getting the facts straight, what students and voters alike should know about it. We're going to do a Q&A and then closing remarks at the end. But I think everybody here deserves a round of applause. Odenbach, why don't we start with you with introductions?
Well, thanks everybody for coming tonight. My name is Scott Odenbach, state representative from here in District 31. My wife Laura and I have 3 kids, Ashley, James, and Jack, 25, 22, and 19. I'm an attorney here in Spearfish. Been in the State House since 2020, first ran in 2020, so I guess this would be my 3rd term. And before that, spent a few years on the Spearfish School Board. I serve on the Education and Judiciary Committees, and running for re-election, and looking forward to having a good discussion. These topics with the all the amendments are a big deal, and some of them could fundamentally change South Dakota. So I appreciate all of you coming tonight to listen to what we have to say.
I go to the resolution side?
Yep.
Oh, it's up here. You moved it. Hi, I'm Mary Fitzgerald. I am a representative, one of 2. Scott and I represent District 31, Lawrence County and Pierre. And it's really, truly been an honor to be able to represent you. Before you vote for me, I think there's a few things that you should know, because there's probably a lot of people in the audience that don't know much about me. I'm a 6th generation South Dakotan. I grew up in Vermillion, South Dakota. I received a full ride academic scholarship to the University of South Dakota. I met my husband John at the university. John was in law school, and I was a freshman at USD. John and I married, and when he finished law school, he graduated early from law school at 23 years old, and I believe at the time was the youngest lawyer in the state of South Dakota. So we moved out here, and I had to finish my degree at Black Hills State University. So I graduated with a double major in accounting and business administration. I was 1 class short of graduating with a major in computer science, and I used to have Dr. Perry's computer science class in this room, so it's a familiar place to me. As I said, I'm married to John. We have 3 grown children, all graduated from Black Hills State University and USD School of Law. So there are 13 members of our family, including John and I, and all of our children and our siblings have attended Black Hills State University. So we are a big supporter of Black Hills State. My husband was president of the Senate. My son was president of the Senate. My daughter was a senator in the Student Senate, homecoming queen. I had another daughter who graduated with a 4.0 from Black Hills State University. So we love this campus. I have passed several public safety bills.
That's not the word in the statute. If someone was here, he would jump.
I'm the only one that's passed a public safety bill on marijuana.
I didn't need a speech. I was trying to think of that word in the statute. So if you have
Bless you.
Good evening. My name is Victoria Greenlee, and I'm running as an independent for the House, District 31. I grew up here, went to school, kindergarten through 12th grade, and then so did my dad and his mother and her mother. So I'm 5th generation, so Spearfish person. And I went away after graduating from college. I went to a school in Virginia called Randolph-Macon, and half the reason I think I went there is because they had a junior year abroad program in England, and I was determined to earn that privilege of going, and I did. So I set a goal for myself and went off, and when I came back and graduated, I moved to New York City and worked on Wall Street. I had a degree in economics, loved numbers, found out New York just wasn't for me. Spearfish Crew was not, it happened when I was getting onto a bus one day and a little old lady pushed me off the step. So I thought, no, this isn't for me. So I went on and moved back to Denver, and I got married there. I have 2 children. My son just got married and moved to Australia. And I moved back here 2.5 years ago because my father had a stroke. And I was just going to look after him, and he needed me. And I started looking. I've always paid attention to politics, and I'm running for the people in this state. I have no hidden agenda. I have no aspirations to be a career politician, but right now, I feel like the state needs a different voice. It needs a little bit of diversity. It needs somebody who is going to look at the whole population. And right now, I don't feel that women are being represented properly in this state. And that was the start of my determination to run here. And then I looked at the statistics, and I thought, well, I'm a very patriotic person. And when I looked and saw that out of 70 reps, 63 of them were Republican, I just thought, we're not getting enough representation for everybody. And so I'm here, and I hope I get your vote, and thank you very much.
Well, good evening. I'm Randy Dibert. I'm a senator from District 31. Thanks for having this event. We really appreciate it. I'm up for re-election. I won my primary, and I'm unopposed on the general. A little bit about me. I was born in Spearfish on a little shack up on 7th Street. I've been here all my life. Opened a business here. I had a business since '94 in Spearfish. Was fortunate enough to have that go international during my career, and now I've calmed down to just a few employees. As a senator, I was assigned to 4 committees my first term. Transportation, I was vice chair of Agriculture and Natural Resources. I was on local governments, and I was on state retirement. The next year I was also appointed because we had some illness in senators, Senate State Affairs. So I served on 5 committees my second year. The 2 summers I've been a vice chair of the summer study last year, which was on county revenue, and I'm co-chair of the summer study this year looking at methodology of property assessment. My wife and I, Lori is from Mitchell. We've been married quite some time. Tell her I didn't know that. We have 4 growing children. One of them is 35 today. I remembered his birthday. The other one is 37, 39, and the oldest one is 47, so I just aged myself. I really have learned a lot. I was a commissioner for 6 years in Lawrence County. We're very fortunate that our district is our county. I feel I really understand our district, and I know the people here that have been here all their lives. In fact, I went to school with Victoria, and she was a year, I won't say. but you know, I'm really engaged in our culture here, in our quality of life, and I hope to represent you that way in here. So thank you.
Hi everybody, thank you for coming. My name is Shana McFiggers, and I'm not a politician. I'm just a regular person with a regular job. And I had no plan or intent to run for any government position until I came to the belief that my representative wasn't representing me. So, you know, people, when they speak, all know that they're heard. And unfortunately, my representative, who in theory should be my advocate in the government, wasn't. They chose to ignore me. So, it's in the name, folks, represent. And when you choose someone to represent you, they're supposed to return your mail, email, phone calls. Hey, I got your email. That would have been great. Never came. So even after stating, hey, I'm going to challenge you, no email still came. So here I am. When your representative is no longer doing their job, they're not representing you, it's time to remove that person and get someone else in that spot. I'm here for one purpose only, and that's to represent the people who feel like they're not being represented by their representatives. You know, I have one purpose, to take your voice, because I believe that some of your representatives don't hear your voice. And if they hear your voice, where your voice was expressed is where it was left. It was never taken to peer. So, with that being said, you know, I'm not here for anything other than to prove that when you put a representative in a representative spot, they can actually be there for you, not themselves, not power, not money, the people. Thank you.
I would like to rewrite that. I have an email I sent to her.
We'll get to that.
Okay, here's the email I sent to her.
Women got a problem with doing this thing called sitting the fuck down. It's very difficult for women to sit the fuck down.